What's going on, friends? James here from Miami Strong Gym. In today's video, I want to go over shoulders. I want to go over one specific exercise and how you might be doing it wrong, and I'm going to save you from injury to show you all the correct cues that you need to know to develop shoulders that are big, wide, and dense safely. So first, let's go over the shoulders. In another video, I explained to you an entire shoulder routine, one of the routines that I do on a weekly basis to help develop my shoulders. And in that video, I showed you the 3 different areas. So I'll explain it in this video as well. So we go over here, the front deltoid, which is the front part of the shoulder. It's a very small strip of muscle. Then we have here the lateral deltoid or the side deltoid. We call this the deltoid cap. It covers the majority of the side of your shoulder. And then we have here, back here, a small portion is the rear deltoid. Now they all work synergistically with each other. You could isolate them in different exercises, but when you're doing an exercise such as the shoulder press, they're all being used synergistically, as well as the top of your chest and your serratus muscle and your lats a little bit and traps for stability as well. So we're going to talk about this movement and why the press is a foundational exercise to building overall strength and mass to your shoulders. However, we want to make sure you're doing it the right way. So I'm going to show you first seated press with dumbbells. Now this is one of my favorite exercises to do, and I do this with my shoulder routine. And again, I said in the other video, I'll show you the entire routine and how I modified this with something called the Arnold press. But first here, I'm going to show you a regular seated shoulder press with 2 dumbbells. So the first thing you want to do is you want to come up with the dumbbells like this. And again, even something like this could be overlooked as far as kicking them up. I always start here on my knees, and when I come up to go to the press, I'll either pull them up like this, bicep curl fashion, but already you can feel the weight pulling on your back if you lean too far back. So it's easier to go like this, kick one knee up, and now here I'm in my starting position. So I come out and I'm here. So a couple important things to know about your starting position for your press. You can see where my forearms are completely straight and perpendicular to the ground, and they're not out here. This is your important starting position because this is the way the body naturally moves. And as you see also from the side, my elbows aren't externally rotated, and I'm not pulling back like this, stretching the shoulder joint or the shoulder too far back. I'm completely in line with my body, and my back isn't too arched. I'm sucked in on the stomach, sitting up nice and straight. Feet are firmly planted into the ground, and this is my starting position. Also important to note, my wrists. I want to make sure they're not being pushed back like this. This is highly important to the exercise to make sure you don't get injured. You want to keep your wrists completely straight in this movement. You want to make sure they don't come forward, they go back. I have a good grip. I'm squeezing from the pinky all the way through the thumb, and I'm staying completely straight. Okay, this is very important to make sure you avoid injury. So this is what the movement is going to look like. Come here, starting position. I'm perpendicular to the ground forearms, wrists are straight, pinkies are tight, straight up, and I come back down in the same arcing pattern. Now what I mean by arcing pattern, the forearms virtually stay straight, but the way the body moves, the shoulders come in slightly curved pattern. It's not completely straight. Right here. And I come back down in front of the body. I don't want to do this. You see a lot of people do this. Elbows are too wide. Their head comes forward. And if I do too many reps of that, I already feel on my shoulders, I'm going to hurt myself. So I want to make sure I'm sitting up nice and tall. Kick it up, just like so. Neutral grip, tight stomach. In line with the body. Straight up. And I come straight back down. Straight up. And I'm working the top of the shoulders, top of the chest. I'm even working some triceps. Forearms are super strong, tight, and I press, and I come down controlled through this motion. So remember I said the serratus muscle and the traps are controlling it. They are, and you have to make sure you keep that core tight to maintain your overall stability. If I'm doing this move correctly, and I feel the burn already, I'm gonna build my shoulders tremendously. As you can see, my shoulders are already getting pumped from that one small movement. Now I wanna show you the same exercise, now standing. Standing is a little bit more complicated because you actually have to engage your glutes more and your quads and your inner thighs for that stability coming straight line down from your body. So let me show you what this looks like. Okay, now for the standing dumbbell press. When I kick them up, it's another important thing. So let's say, for example, I picked them up from a rack, I start in this position. I kind of have to do a little bit of a swing here. If you're seated, sometimes what I like to do, I'll come up from the seated position, then I'll stand up. It's much safer than trying to swing the dumbbells into position, okay? So you pick them up off the rack, you come sit down on a bench for a moment, you kick them up like this, then you stand up, turn out the hands, and now you're in your starting position. So everything's virtually the same on the upper body that I explained from the seated position. Now with the lower body, you want to keep your legs pretty close together because this is where you generate most of your power. Now I'm squeezing inner thighs really tight. I'm squeezing quads pretty tight overall. And now I'm squeezing my glutes. My body is in a straight line. I'm sucking in from my belly button all the way to my spine. This is a very important cue as far as a trainer should explain to you how to activate your core. So from here, I'm already shaking my body super tight. My wrists are straight, and here we go. Press. That is a perfect shoulder press. Come back down in front of the body. Press straight up explosively, keeping the core, glutes tight. And now, as you can see, I'm using the front delts, the lateral delts. My lats are working, and here I can get a lot of strength in the body. The reason why I like to use dumbbells is because it's a more natural position and you don't have to fight that straight barbell. I'll explain that to you in another video as well, but here for this sake of developing your shoulders, getting them wider and stronger, stick with the dumbbells. Straight up and you come back down. Straight up and you come back down. Woo! As you can see, my shoulders are really pumped. I mean, I'm utilizing the entire capsule, all the muscles surrounding that shoulder joint, and especially with the standing one, a lot more core strength. You can hear my breathing right now. I'm breathing a lot because I'm sucking in my core so hard. My glutes are tight, my quads are tight, and it makes me force on my control. The more control you are and the better form you are, the better you're gonna develop your upper body and any muscles for that matter. So there you have it, friends. I wanted to show you the seated shoulder press using dumbbells with the proper form, how to activate your core and shoulders to keep your body completely aligned, as well as the standing motion, how to use core, quads, glutes to maintain that stability, to make sure you develop your shoulders nice and wide properly without getting injured. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. Let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know other videos that you'd like to see, and I'll be sure to cover them. Thank you for watching, friends. I'll see you in the next video.